So next we are going to see a problem using Boolean reduction. So reduce the following Boolean function AB plus AC bar plus A B bar C into AB plus C. This is a given question, and what you have to do is first you have to multiply this A B bar C with this A B C. So while multiplying, you write the literals in order. So we are multiplying A B. We are writing like same as above we have written. Then AC bar. Then we are multiplying A B bar C with AB. So A then B bar into B into C. So this is the term we are getting. Then we are multiplying A B bar C with C. So A B bar C into C. C into C is C and B bar is 0. So this term will get cancelled. And you'll be getting AB plus AC the whole bar plus 0 plus A B bar C. So C into C is C. Now you have to apply De Morgan's theorem here. A into B the whole bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. So here you will be getting A bar plus C bar. So here you have to apply De Morgan's theorem here. So you will be getting A bar plus C bar. Now we have to rearrange. That is A plus A bar is equal to, sorry, A plus A bar B is equal to A plus B. Similarly, A bar plus AB is equal to A bar plus B. So same, in the place of A you are having A bar, in the place of A bar you are having A. So we have rearranged we have rearranged the terms. That is this is the term, and we have rearranged this term. That is AB have written first, then we have written this C bar, then this A bar and A B bar C that we have rearranged. Already I have told you that A bar plus AB is equal to A bar plus B. So here this is A bar, this is A, and in the place of B we will be having BC. This BC combined together you have to take it as B. So we can write it as AB plus C bar. After rearranging, written like C bar plus A bar. This is we are rearranging. That is A bar plus AB. So what is A bar plus A B bar C? A bar plus B bar C. So A bar plus AB is equal to A plus B. According to that law, we are writing that. So AB plus C bar plus A bar plus B bar C. Next, here you are having C bar. Here you are having C. So you have to write these two terms nearer. So you'll be getting C bar plus C B bar. So again, this is of the form A plus A bar B or A bar plus AB. That is nothing but A bar plus B. So C bar plus C B bar is equal to C bar plus B bar. So you'll be getting AB plus A bar plus C bar plus B bar. So you'll be getting A bar plus AB plus C bar plus B. So what is A bar plus AB? A bar plus AB is nothing but A bar plus B plus C bar plus B bar. Now, what is B plus B bar? B plus B bar is 1. So you'll be getting A bar plus C bar plus 1. 1 plus 1 plus anything is 1. So this is the answer. So we are writing this as A bar plus AB is equal to A bar plus B. Next this B plus B bar is 1. So B plus B bar, we are writing it as 1. So A plus 1 plus C. 1 plus anything is 1. So this is the answer. So again I will explain. First we are writing the question. Then we are multiplying this A, B bar C with this A, B and C, and we are getting this term. In this term, we are substituting B, B bar is equal to 0 and C into C is C. After that, we are applying De Morgan's theorem. So, we are getting A into C the whole bar is equal to A bar plus C bar. Then, what we are doing is, we are rearranging. So, we are taking this C bar here and we are shifting A bar here. So, then by using the identity A bar plus AB. So totally this BC we are considering it as B. So A bar plus AB is equal to A bar plus B. You got this. Now again we are rearranging. We are making this C bar and this term nearer. Again we are applying the same law. That is C bar plus CB bar is equal to C bar plus B bar. So you have got this one. Next, again we are applying the same law. A bar plus AB is equal to A bar plus B. Then what is B plus B bar? B plus B bar is 1. 1 plus anything is 1. So this is the answer of this question. So this is an important problem. Similar problems you will be getting in the exams. Next, we are going to see digital logic gates. So, what is a logic gate? Logic gate is an electronic circuit which will be having one or more than one input, but it will be having only one output and it performs logical operation. So, the types of logic gates are NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, XOR gate, XNOR gate. So these are the types of logic gates. Of this, NOT and OR are basic logic gates. From these logic gates, we will be deriving this NAND, NOR, XOR and XNOR gates. The operation of the logic gate can be understood by means of truth table. So what is truth table? Truth table is a table which shows all the input output possibilities of a logic circuits. For a particular output, what will be the for a particular input, what will be the output. So the truth table will show such details. So first gate, what you are going to see is nothing called NOT gate. So NOT gate is also called as inverter. So this is a symbol of NOT gate. So the output of the NOT gate is a complement of the input. So this is a expression. If Y is a output and A is our input, then Y is equal to A bar. So the input we can take, if here we have taken the input as A. If you want, you can take it as X. Similarly, the output here we have taken as Y. If you want, you can take it as F or anything. So these are the variables we are giving. So there is no fixed thing like that. If the input is there, it must be A. Not such things are there. So we can name it as A or B or C, anything. Now we are coming to the truth table. So already I have told you that truth table give the input output relations. So here how many input you are having? Only next. So another thing, next thing is AND gate. First we have seen a NOT gate. Next we are going to see AND gate. So this is the two input AND gate. It is having only one output and it is having two inputs A and B. So in AND gate, the output is high or 1 if both the inputs are high. So the output will be high only if both the inputs A and B are high. Now, next one is the logical Boolean expression. Boolean expression for this AND gate is Y is equal to A into B. Next, we are going to see the truth table. So, how many input variables are here? We are having two input variables A and B. So, if you are having n variables, you will be getting 2 to the power n combination. So, if you are having n variables, we will be getting 2 to the power n combination. So, here the variables are A and B. So, this two variables can have either these two are 0 or these two are 1 or this A 0 and B 1 or A 1 and B 0. Similarly, we are getting the 4 combination. So first, how many inputs you are having? 2 inputs. And how many outputs you are having? Only one output. So first we have written the input combinations. First input is 0 0. So already I have told you that output of AND gate is 1 only if both the inputs are 1. So here both are 0. So the output is 0. Next combination 0 1. So here also both the inputs are not 1. The input A is 0. So the output is 0. So next also both the inputs are not 1. So the output is 0. So last here both the inputs are 1. So the output is 1. So in AND gate, output is 1 only if both the inputs or all the inputs are 1. Next, AND gate we have already seen. We have already seen that AND gate. Now we have studied AND gate. Now we are going to study NAND gate. So AND gate means the output is 1 if both the inputs are 1. Now NAND gate is nothing but AND gate So if you connect one NOT gate to the output of your AND gate, you'll be getting NAND gate. So usually instead of this NOT gate, you'll be putting a small bubble. It indicates it is knotted. Now this is a truth table of your AND AND gate. So in AND gate, output will be high only if all the inputs are high. But in NAND gate, output is high only when one of the input is low. So in so you check that truth table in NAND gate, output is high if any one of the input is low. So here both the inputs are low, but output is high. Here one of the input is low, output is high. Here one of the input is low, output is high. If both the inputs are high, output is low. So in NAND gate, output will be high if any one of the input is low. And this is a Boolean expression or logical expression of NAND gate. So this is a logical expression of AND gate. AND gate is y is equal to a into b. So if you complement the output of your AND gate, you will be getting NAND gate. So if you are complementing the output of your AND gate, you will be getting NAND gate. Next, we are going to see OR gate. So this is a symbol of OR gate, and next one is a logical expression or Boolean expression for OR gate, and this is a truth table of OR gate. So here also you are having two inputs A and B, and you are having one output Y. Now I already told you that if you have two variables, you will be having four combinations. That is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. And this plus indicates the OR operation. And the output of OR gate is high when any one of the input is high. So even if any one of the input is high, the output is high. So first combination 0, 0. Both the inputs are low, so the output is low. Second one, the B input is high, so it is high. So next A input is high, output is high. Next both the inputs are high, also output is high. Next NOR gate. So this is a symbol of NOR gate. NOR gate is nothing but if you connect one NOT gate to the output of OR gate, you will be getting NOR gate. And the expression of NOR gate is nothing but you have to complement the output of the OR gate. That is A plus B the whole bar. Next, we are going for the truth table. So in NOR gate, the output is high when all the inputs are low. Output is high only when all the inputs are low. Or in symbol, if you complement the output of your NAND and OR gate, you will be getting NOR gate. So in NOR gate, output will be high when all the inputs are low. So here both the inputs are low, so the output is high. Here not one of the input is high, so the output is low. Here also one of the input is low, so the output is low. So here also the one of here the both the inputs are high, so the output is low. So in NOR gate, output is high only when all the inputs are low. So this is a logical expression. So next gate is XOR gate. So this is a symbol of XOR gate, and this is a expression of XOR gate. This symbol is nothing but XOR. So this is nothing but A bar B plus A B bar. So this is a diagram of XOR gate, and this is a Boolean expression for XOR gate. So this can be written in this form. So the symbol is nothing but XOR. Now here, how many inputs you are having? 2 inputs. So it will be having 4 combination. So in XOR gate, the output is high only when odd number of input is high. So when you are having odd number of input as uh, odd number of inputs, then the output will be high. So here both the inputs are low. So the output is low. Here you are having only one input as high. So it is odd number. So output is high. Here also you are having two inputs, but only one input is high. So it is odd number. So output is high. So here the both the inputs are high. So 2 is an even number. So output is low. Next is XOR is also called as exclusively OR, that we are calling it as short as XOR. So next gate is exclusive NOR. If you connect one NOT gate to the output of exclusively OR, you will be getting exclusively NOR. So in XOR gate, the output is high only when even number of ones input, when you are having even number of one inputs, then you will be getting the output as high. Or in simple we can say when all the inputs are high, output is high. So in exclusively OR, what is exclusively NOR? When you connect one NOT gate to the output of your exclusively OR, you'll be getting exclusive NOR gate, and this is a symbol for exclusive uh, NOR. So the expression we can write like that: Y is equal to A B plus A bar B bar. This is the expression for exclusively NOR gate, and this is a symbol for exclusively NOR. A circle with a dot in the center dot. It is exclusively NOR. So the output is high when only when all the inputs are high, or when even number of ones at the input, you will be getting the output as high. But in the case of exclusively OR, the output will be high only when you are having odd number of inputs as odd number of one inputs. So here, when you are getting even number of one inputs, the output is high. So quickly we will recall that gates, NOT gate is having only one input and one output, and the output is nothing but the complement of the input. And here it is, since it is having only one input, 2 to the power power 1 is 2. So it is having only two combinations, 0 and 1. So this is a diagram, and this is a expression, and this is a truth table. So next one is AND gate. So in AND gate, the output will be high only if all the inputs are high. So here you are having two inputs, and the output is high only when all the inputs are high. When both the inputs are high only, your output is high. Output is high only when all the inputs are high. Next, we are going to see NAND gate. NAND gate is nothing but when you are connecting a NOT gate to the output of AND gate, you will be getting NAND gate. This is a symbol, and this is a logical expression, and this is a truth table. So when you complement the output of AND gate, you will be getting an NAND gate. So this is a logical expression or Boolean expression. So in NAND gate, the output is high only when one of the input is low. So if any one of the input is low, then the output will be high. So if any one of the input is low, output will be high. In other cases, output is low. So next one is OR gate. So in OR gate, output will be high if all the if any one of the input is high. So this is a diagram of OR gate. This is a logical expression or Boolean expression, and this is a truth table. So the output is high in OR gate. Output is high when any one of the input is high. So here it is high, output is high. Here it is high, output is high. High, output is high. So when both the inputs are low, output is low. Next we are going to see NOR gate. NOR gate is nothing but when you are connecting a NOT gate to the output of OR gate, we will be getting a NOR gate. So in NOR gate, output is high when all the inputs are low. When all the inputs are low, output is high. In all other cases, output is low. Next, exclusively OR gate. In exclusively OR gate, output is high when odd numbers of one inputs are high. So this is a diagram. This is a expression. This expression can be also written as A bar B plus A B bar. So this is an expression for A B bar exclusively, or it can be simply written as like this. This is a symbol for exclusively or. So in exclusively or, if you're having odd number of inputs, so here one is odd number, so output is high. Here one is an odd number, so output is 1. So here two inputs, so even number, the output is 0. Next is exclusively NOR gate. So when you are connecting a NOT gate to the output of an exclusively OR gate, you will be getting exclusively NOR gate. So this is the expression. So this expression can be also written as A B plus A bar into B bar. The symbol for exclusively NOR is like this. And here in exclusively NOR, output is high only when even number of one input is high. So here only one input, one is odd, so output is low. So here one is 2. So 2 is even. So the output is 1. So our symbol you can write it as when you invert the output of your exclusively OR gate, or in other words, you can say in exclusively NOR gate, if both the inputs are same, output will be 1. So here also both the inputs are same, 1, 1. So your output is 1. Here also both the inputs are 0, same. So the output is 1. In all other cases, it is 0. So this is exclusively NOR gate. Next we are going for universal gates. The NAND and NOR gates are said to be universal gates. The NAND and NOR gates are said to be universal gates because by using these two gates, we can implement any logic functions. So we can implement any logic function by using only this NAND gates and NOR gates. So this NAND gates and NOR gates are said to be universal gates. So Now we are going to realize NAND gate to NOR gate, NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, and NOR gate. By using NAND gate, we are going to realize NOT gate, we are going to realize AND gate, we are going to realize OR gate, and we are going to realize NOR gate. So first one, NAND gate. So we have NAND gate is a self-sufficient gate. So by using NAND gate, we can implement all other gates. So first we are going to implement NOT gate by using this is NOT gate. So we are going to implement NOT gate by using NAND gate. So this is NOT gate. So now we are going to implement by using NAND gate. So what is A bar? A bar into A bar is equal to A bar. So we are going to implement NOT gate using NAND gate. So what is A into A? A into A is A. So what we are going to do is this is NAND gate. So NAND gate will be having two inputs, X and Y you take, and output as Z. So what we are doing is we are giving the same input A to uh, A to both the inputs X and Y. So what is A into A? A into A is what is A into A? A into A is A. Now the output of this gate is nothing but A into A the whole bar. So this is since this is NAND gate, the output is A into A the whole bar. But A into A is A. So you are getting A bar. So we are giving A to both the inputs of NAND gate and you are getting A bar. So we have implemented NOT gate by using NAND gate. Only thing is for both the inputs we are providing the A. So this is implementing NOT gate by using NAND gate. Next one, we are going to implement AND gate using NAND gate. So we are going to implement AND gate using NAND gate. So AND means A into B. Output of your AND gate will be A into B. Now we have to implement by using NAND gate. So AND gate, if you are having two variables A and B, the output what you are giving or getting is A into B. This is AND gate. So if you are giving the same input to a NAND gate, what you are getting is this is NAND gate. What you are getting is A into B the whole bar. So the difference is you are getting a inverted or your output is getting complemented. So if you put an inverter to the output of the your NAND gate, so you'll be getting A into B. So already we have studied, we can implement NOT gate by using NAND gate. So we can draw like this. This is inverter using NAND gate. Will be here you will be getting A into B the whole bar. This is A and B. So this is the implementation of AND gate using NAND gates. So here you are getting A into B the whole bar. So that A into B the whole bar you are giving to the same inputs of, so that is A bar. What is A bar into A bar? A bar. That is this idempotency. That is A B bar into A B bar is A B bar. Now this A B A B the whole bar, it is again inverted. So you are getting A B. This is involution. Involution is nothing but A double bar is equal to A. So we have implemented AND gate using NAND gate. Next we are going to implement OR gate using NAND gate. So you are having two inputs A and B. So in OR gate, the output what you are getting is A plus B. But when you are giving it to a NAND gate, what you are getting is A into B the whole bar. So we have to implement this OR by using this NAND gate. So now what I am going to do is, so if you complement a variable two times, its value will not change. A double bar is A. So I am going to write this A as A double bar plus B double bar. Now you know that I am taking this as X and this as Y. So X bar plus Y bar. By De Morgan's law, X plus Y, X bar plus Y bar is equal to X into Y the whole bar. So I am writing this as A bar into B bar the whole bar. So I am writing it as A bar into B bar the whole bar. So we are inverting the inputs A and B, and if you are implementing by using NAND gate, then we will be getting the same thing. That is, you are having a NAND gate, and if you are A bar, and here if you are putting B bar, you will be getting the, you can, so if you invert, so if you invert the inputs and if you are giving to an AND gate, then we will be getting, we can implement OR gate by using NAND gate. So already we know that inverter can be implemented by using NOT gates. So this is A, then B. So first we are giving it to a uh, NOT gate using NAND gate. Then when you are giving that output to an AND gate, you will be getting A plus B. So we have implemented OR gate by using NAND gate. So first we have inverted the inputs, then we have given that inputs to a NAND gate we have got. So this is the implementation of OR gate using next we are going to implement gates using NOR gate, that is NOT gate and NOT gate, then OR gate and AND gate using NOR gate. So this is inverter. If A is the input, we'll be getting A bar. So if you give the same input A to the both the inputs of this NOR gate, you will be getting A plus A the whole bar. We know that A plus A is A, so you'll be getting A bar. Similar to the NOT gate, we are getting in the NOR gate. So this A plus A is nothing but hidden potency. Next, I am going to implement NAND gate using NOR gate. So this is AND gate. So output is, you take this as A and this as B. So you'll be getting A into B. But when the same, when you are giving to a NOR gate, what we'll be getting is A plus B the whole bar. Now what I am doing is I am taking A into B. I am complementing A two times and complementing B two times. So A double bar is A and B double bar is B. So and then I am taking A bar as X and B bar as Y. So I will be getting X bar into Y bar. So by De Morgan's theorem, A bar into B bar is equal to A plus B the whole bar. So what is X? X is nothing but A bar. What is Y? Y is nothing but B bar. So I am writing this as A bar plus B bar the whole bar. So if I am taking the inputs and if I am complementing, I am taking the inputs A and B, and if I am complementing, then if I am giving to a NOR gate, I will get A into B. So I am getting the same. So what I am doing, I am taking A into B, then I am complementing into twice, I am then taking X is equal to A bar and Y is equal to B bar. So by De Morgan's law, so I am getting X bar plus X bar into Y bar. So X bar into Y bar is X plus Y the whole bar. So now I am substituting the value of A and X and Y. X is A bar and Y is B bar. So from this expression, we can understand if you implement, if you invert the inputs and if you're giving to the NOR gate, then we can implement AND gate using NOR gates. So this is A bar. So by using uh, NOT gate, by using NOR gates, we have inverted A. Then we have inverted B. Then we have given it to a NOR gate. So we have got AND gate using NOR gates. So explanation of the circuit, A plus A, the whole bar. So A plus A is A. Similarly here B plus B, the whole bar. B plus B is B. So I am getting A bar plus B bar, the whole bar. But A bar plus B bar is equal to A into B, the whole bar. So A into B, A plus A bar plus B bar is equal to, this is A bar plus B bar. So A bar plus B bar, the whole bar, or you can write like this, whole bar. So A bar plus B bar is equal to A into B, the whole bar, again whole bar. So it is nothing but A here. Here you are having A, so we are giving to the NOR gate. So A plus A plus A is A. So here we will be getting A bar. Here B plus B plus B is B. So here we will be getting B bar. Then here A bar, then here B bar. So you will be getting A bar plus B bar, the whole bar. But we know that A bar plus B bar is equal to A into B, the whole bar. That is nothing but A B. So now it is correct. Next, implementation of OR gate using NOR gate. So this is OR gate. So when you are giving the input A and B, you will be getting A plus B. But when you are giving the same input to an OR gate, what you are getting means A plus B, the whole bar. So you are getting an inverted output. So what we are doing is, first we are giving the input A, B to a NOR gate. So you will be getting A plus B, the whole bar. Again, we are giving the same output to a inverter made of NOR gate. So you will be getting A plus B. So here you are giving A plus B. So you will be getting A plus B, the whole bar. Then the same A plus B, the whole bar, A plus B, the whole bar, you are giving to the both the inputs. So it will be getting A plus B, the A plus whole bar. So we'll be getting A plus B. So next we are going to see switching functions are Boolean function. Boolean functions are used to describe Boolean the Boolean expression A plus B bar into C is used to describe the function f. Then Boolean function can be written as follows. How to write a Boolean expression? So here how many variables are having three variables A, B and C. Now the variables A and C are in the true form and the variable C is in the complement form. So a variable A and C are in true form and B is in the complement form. Since it is having bar, it is in complement form. Since we are having three variables, we are writing as f of A, B, C is equal to A plus B bar into C. Or simply we can write it as f is equal to A plus B bar into C. Now, Boolean functions are represented in two forms. So the two forms are, one is sum of products form and the second one is product of sum form. Simply we will be calling it as SOP and POS. SOP is sum of product form and POS is product of sum form. First we can see sum of product form. So a sum of product is a group of product terms added together. So this is an example for SOP. This is a product term. This is a product term. This product term are added together. So in SOP, a group of product terms are added together. This is also an example for SOP. This is a product term, this is a product term, and this is a product term. And these product terms are ORed together. If you are having a symbol plus, it is ORed. And if you are having a symbol dot, then it is AND. Now next one is product of sum. A product of sum is a group of sum terms ANDed together. So this is a sum and this is a sum. This sum is ANDed together. So this is POS. So this is another example of POS. We are having some sum. Those sums are, it is ANDed. Next one is canonical form or standard form. So in each term of SOP. So SOP is nothing but product terms added together. So in each terms of SOP contain all literals. Now I will tell what is meant by literal. So we can take a function A, B, C bar plus A, B, C plus A bar, B, C. So this is a Boolean function or Boolean expression, and this is a term. This is a term. Totally it is a Boolean expression. Individual, this is a term, this is a term, and this is a term. And this is a literal, this is a literal, this is a literal. So each individual one of the term is called literal. And an expression will be having many terms, and each terms will be having literals either in true form or complement form. This is, this totally is, totally it is, totally this is expression. Individually this is a term, this is a term, and this is a term, and each term will be having literals. So each SOP form contains all the literals or variables, then it either in true form or complement form, then it is called canonical SOP form. And each individual term of standard SOP is called min term. Now, so this is a Boolean function. It is in an SOP. Why? Because this is a product, this is a product, and this is a product. These products are ORed together. So it is SOP. Now, how to check whether it is in standard form or canonical form? If how many variables are there in this expression? 3 variables, A, B and C. So in each term, all the 3 variables are present. Here A, B bar, C. Here A, B, C. Here A bar, B, C. So all the 3 variables A, B, C are present. So this expression is in standard canonical form, and this each term, it is called min term. In SOP, in standard SOP, each individual term of a standard SOP is called min term. Next, max term. So each term in the POS form contain all the literals or variables, then it is in standard canonical POS form, and each individual term in the standard POS is called max term. Now this is a POS because here some terms are ANDed together. So this is POS. Now how to check whether it is standard or not? All the 3 variables, here you are having 3 variables A, B and C, and E, and here you are having 3 terms. All the 3 terms are having all the 3 variables. So it is standard, and each individual term of the standard POS is called max term. Now how to write max terms and min term? Now we are taking 3 variables A, B and C. So in min term, for 0, how we will be writing it as small m subscript 0. So meaning is A bar, B bar, C bar. So if it is max term, we will be writing it as capital M. So in min term, we will be using small m. For max term, you will be using capital M. Similarly, for 0 in min term, you will be complementing the literal. But in the case of max term, you will be using the true form. So in min term, for 0 you have to complement. For max term, for 0 you have to uncomplement. No need of complement. But for min term, for 1 you have to take the true form, and in max term for 1 you have to take the complement. Just reverse. Okay. So this is how to write the min terms and max terms. You consider 7. So sorry, this is not 7, this is 5. We consider 5. So for in min term we will be writing it as small m5, and how we will be writing means A bar, sorry, A, B bar, C. But in the case of max term, you will be using capital M5. And how you will be writing means, for 1 you will be putting 0. So 0 means A bar, then B, then C bar. So this one and this one. So how to write the max terms and min terms? Next, shorthand notation of SOP and standard sum of product and product of sum. So you are having a expression like this, Boolean expression. So f of A, B, C. How to write the shorthand notation means, this is A bar, B bar, C bar. A bar, B bar, C bar means 0, 0, 0. How many variables? 3 variables. Then A bar, B bar, C, 0, 0, 1 plus 0, 1, 1. That is A bar, B, C. Next 1, 1, 0. So these are, now we have written the binary values of the given expression. Now we have to convert it to decimal. So actually you will be using 8421. code to get the binary, but since here you are having only 3 variables, you can take only 4 to 1. Above this you take write 4 to 1. So the value is 0. Here you write above this you write 4 to 1. So you are having 1 below this 1. So it is decimal 1. So here you write 4 to 1. So you are having 1 in the place of 2 and 1. So this is 3. Here 4, 2, 1. So you are having 1 in the place of 2 and 4. 4 plus 2, 6. So we are writing this as m of 0, m of 1, m of 3 and m of 6. Since this is SOP, we have used the small m. Next, we can write another notation. If it is SOP, you have to use summation symbol and you have to use small m symbol. So this means sum of product. Next, writing the expression in product of sum. So this is the expression. So for in POS, instead of uncomplementary literal, you have to put 0. 0, 0. For complement literal, you have to put 1. Then next one 0, 1, 1. Then 1, 1, 0. So this is 1, this is 3 and this is 6. So M1, M3 and M6. We have used capital M for POS. Next, so if you have to write in POS, you have to use the symbol I. Product symbol you have to use. Product of sum. So conversion of min term and max terms. So you are having a min term m of 0, m of 1, m of 3, m of 4, m of 6 and m of 7. So here you are having 3 variables. So with 3 variables you can write up to 7 numbers up to 7. So here already you are having 0, 1, 3, 4, 6 and 7. So the remaining numbers is 2 and 5. That 2 and 5 is nothing but the POS. So this is SOP. If you want to convert this into POS, you have to write the remaining numbers that is not included in this SOP. So since you are having 3 variables, you are having only numbers from 0 to 7. So in the from the numbers from 0 to 7, already you are having 0, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 in SOP. So 2 and 5 is missing, and that 2 and 5 you have to write it in the POS.